here. Now joined by HutchCC Athletic Director Josh Gooch. And first off, Josh, thanks for taking some time out of your busy evening.
Sean, we talked about me being on, and then I was sitting over there gawking around, and Coach Nat came and got me, so sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, just thankful for all you guys do for us, and we got a lead. We need to keep it.
Absolutely. The Blue Dragon win with a nice win earlier this evening as well. Let's talk a little bit about football, because making a trip down to Milledgeville, Georgia, next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, December 8th, to kind of just fill our listeners here, because I know a lot of people have come to you, they've come to me, and everybody around campus, kind of about how this all played out.
Yeah, and it's a real awkward situation. The chair of the committee is from Dodge City Community College, and really at the end of the day, this is what happened. Yep. The committee is a group of 12 people who get a vote, and whenever your team has a chance to be in the Final Four, which was Hutchinson and Coach Drew Dallas, who's on the committee, and Scott Strohmeyer, his team had a chance to be in the Final Four, you're not allowed to vote in the last poll. So those points are completely taken out. So you go from a committee of 12 to 10, and they still throw out a high and a low. And so last week, after the poll was done, we calculated what it would look like with Drew and Coach Strohmeyer out of the poll. And it shrunk it down to 109, 105 in points. So you could see it was a small variance. Whenever the polls, came out, that gap was exceeded. So 105, 106, and there you have it. We moved to 3, and our message has been we're going to go take care of business in Georgia, and that's because of the leadership we have in our football program. That's the message that's come from me. I've met with all of our staff, and we're going to keep our heads high. We're going to think of all the positives that we can about going to Milledgeville, and we're going to come back victorious. I'm really confident in our team, confident in the health of our team, and then we'll handle the business after that.
I was going to say, there's nothing we can do about it now. Obviously, it's all in the past now, and now it's about the guys going to take care of business 1 week from Sunday down to Milledgeville, Georgia. So I think that's something that we talked about yesterday. Is Drew Dallas is such a great leader for his team. You are for the college overall, as an athletic department. And I thought the guys handled it really well. There was nobody talked about it on social media. It's just internal. You got to take care of what you can on the field come December 8th.
That's exactly right. And I talked to Coach Dallas yesterday after practice, and again today. I met with the team after practice today. Both days, exceptional practices. Yesterday was as clean and intense practices we've had. Today they practiced for the last time before Thanksgiving. The players will go home. They'll be home until Sunday, get back Sunday evening, start our game prep. Tonight after practice, I was able to tell them I've worked out an opportunity for us to fly to Milledgeville, which is good for you. It's good for us. Finals are on Monday, the 9th, which is the day after the game. If we bust, we need 3 buses. The cost was not very much different whenever you added it all together, and hotel nights and extra stays. On top of, these are student athletes, and we've got to get them back here. So we've got some fundraising efforts out there to generate the funds to cover the flight. We'll be able to bus over to Wichita, fly right from Wichita into Macon, which is a 40-minute drive up to Milledgeville, and provide our student athletes with the greatest opportunity to be successful on the field and then back in the classroom. They've put in a semester worth of work. They deserve to get back and take those classes and be fresh, be sharp as they go in and do the rigor of the classroom. So I'm excited for the leadership we have at the college that's allowed us to navigate this in a short period of time. And just that's what makes Hutch special. It's not something we want to do every single time, but this case is special. An opportunity to get to a national championship game is it's really, you can't put a price tag on what that does for our community, for our institution, and just for, in general, the college and what type of tuition dollars it can bring in with students coming here for the recognition it receives.
You mentioned the fundraising efforts. If somebody's out there listening, is there an opportunity that they can maybe help pitch in, or is that something else that they cannot?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we'll take anybody's money, but it's we have unbelievable boosters here. I've reached out to some of them. We have a lot of money earmarked that's coming in. But if somebody's out there that wants to be a part of it, just reach out to me at the athletic office. We don't need it tomorrow. We need it. We're gonna be able to. We have money to fund it on the front end. We just want to be able to recuperate some of that for operating expenses.
All right, Josh. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy evening. Actually, let's talk about a little state football.
Yeah,
state football coming up this weekend.
It seems to never end. In the midst of trying to get this trip planned, we are still also hosting Friday night the 2A football game. Nemaha Central is going to take on Southeast of Saline. That's a 6 p.m. kick. You want to donate, come out and buy some concessions and watch some good football at Gowans. And then on Saturday, we're fortunate enough to host a 3A game at noon, which is Andale versus Topeka Hayden. And then the 1A game is at 5 p.m. and will feature Conway Springs versus Centralia. I can't thank our staff enough for, it's right after Thanksgiving. We're committed to hosting those events on our campus. We're going to get 6 communities in town. 6 different communities are going to come into Hutch, eat at our restaurants, sleep in our hotels, and see our campus. And there's the possibility of them becoming students. And so everybody on our campus has pulled together. Our facilities crew, Nathan Shelton at the stadium, Don Rose and his staff, Stoney Wilson, they put a lot of effort and they take a lot of pride. That's how come KSHSAA wants to come back here year in and year out. When they have opportunities to bring more, they choose Hutch.
No doubt. And this year, obviously different because usually it's been just one game with Class 3A state championship here. Now it's 3 games split over 2 days, so a lot more work for you and your staff.
You bet. We've met on it. The reason why we're able to be successful is because we meet and have a plan, execute the plan, but it is 3 different sets of officials. Yep. You have to think about 3 different sets of fans. On Saturday, fans getting out of the stadium, fans getting in, the cleanliness of the stadium, making sure we can clean up in between the Friday night game to Saturday morning, the Saturday noon game to the Saturday evening. Everybody that comes, the same standard has to be met, and we want to provide a great atmosphere for a big-time high school football game and provide a championship experience.
I've had a couple of people ask me, because Saturday there's 2 games, one admission price for both games, or they got to pay for both games?
It's one admission price. Now here's the caveat: there's no re-entry to the stadium. So if you come for the noon game, you're gonna have to just hang out and watch we'll have plenty of hamburgers and hot dogs to eat, but there's no re-entry. KSHSAA's doing everybody a solid by 1 fee, but if you wanted to leave and come back, you'd have to buy another ticket.
Perfect.
So it's 1 entry fee. Sean, I can't thank you enough. I'm looking forward to traveling to Milledgeville with you.
Yeah, me too.
They said there's 1 extra seat for you on the plane.
Perfect. I think we'll have a little bit warmer weather down there. Hopefully.
I looked it up. It was 55 and sunny. It's going to be a 3:30 kickoff. Yeah. Our players, our coaches will be prepared. The taste of what happened last year in the semifinal is really, really fresh. And anybody that's out there that was at the game or had talked to our coaches, they're on a mission, and I really believe they'll provide their best effort down in Milledgeville.
Awesome, Josh. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
And that was HutchCC Athletic Director Josh Gooch joining us here courtside.